president better not be planning on making any visits to this base. If he does, he may not get out alive.
He said that. With military officers.
Yeah.
Don't take the bait, Josh. Don't take the bait. You better believe I'm going to take the bait. Toby.
Ought to be a law against it.
There is a law against it. Why don't you get him started? How about in the life of the president? He's talking to other people. How about conspiracy? They were military officers. How about treason? Toby. That was a member of our party, Leo. That was a Democrat who said that. It's bad. That's it? Well, what are you going to do? Have the Justice Department bring for questioning pending felony charges. Toby's right. What's the good of being in power if you're not going to haul your enemies in for questioning? We're really not going to do anything about this?
Yeah, Toby, because what we really need to do is arrest people for being mean to the president.
There is no law. There is no decency. He's just getting that now.
Listen up. In the event an attack order is given to me, a half hour on the network.
맨 첫 번째 있는 부분은 바다는 하나지만 움직임이 다르죠. 가장 첫 번째 있는 그거를 거친 의식 상태라고 합니다. 그러니까 이 상태가 채식 상태라고 합니다. 근데 이 상태 아직 부족해요. 이 상태에서 더 들어갈 수가 있어요. 근데 이 상태에서 부족해요. 이 상태에서 더 들어갈 수가 있어요. 아예 물의 움직임이 없는 상태예요. 이거를 깊은 상태라고 합니다. 굉장히 고요하고 어떠한 수많은 감정에서 편안할 수가 있는 거죠.
You get compared to brute sleep, right? Because the way you move and because the way you do certain things. To the average person, it's tough to believe.
그래서 몸을 이루면서 몸을 빠르게 움직이기 위해서는 무언가를 저는 이제 배운다기보다는 어떻게 배운지를 메커니즘적으로 생각을 한 거죠.
How painful is it to get hit by the shoulder?
척을 맞으면 굉장히 치명적이겠어요.
Fatal. You can kill somebody.
펀치를 하기 전에 가르시아가 저 상대방의 습관을 일단 먼저 읽은 거예요.
Like,
Amazing guy, Conor McGregor.
you're like Conor McGregor.
Yes.
Do you fear anything? No. Nothing. If you were to get into MMA today, do you could Hank and fight with some of the other guys? No political answer. I want to hear his answer.
This is gonna hurt.
좋다가
They typically punch me once. I want to feel it.
Punch?
Yeah, I just want to feel it. Oh wow! You know it's crazy. You feel the bump. So my guest today is a world-renowned martial artist. Probably has a couple billion views on YouTube and Facebook combined. Also somebody that studies a form of philosophy, combination of Eastern and West. We'll talk about, and he happens to be an entrepreneur. Him out all the way from Saudi Arabia. He is here with his translator, but he also speaks English. So sometimes he'll be answering. If he doesn't, his translator will also be answering for us. How did DK?
Head west on I-West.
Appreciate you for coming out. Thank you also coming out.
No problem.
So, some of you, how did you get into martial arts? How did you get into who you are today? Again, we know you from the videos that we've seen. It's intense, some of the things you do. But how did DKU become DKU?
저는 지금 세계적으로 하는 무술가이고요. 그 다음에 이제 멘탈을 가르치는 이제 코치기도 하고, 그리고 미스를 하는 사람이기도 하고요.
He's a world-renowned martial artist. He says mental educator and also business and entrepreneur.
So what happened? And that's great. What happened for you? Like, what was the turning point and how did you get introduced to martial arts?
제가 1988년, 89년도에 이쪽에 이제는 종양이 있었었는데 그때 이제 의사가 3개월밖에 살지 못한다고 그랬었습니다. 근데 이제 제 할아버지가 경찰이셨는데 강력한 의지로 의지가 있다면 살 수 있다라고 해서 그때 무술과 많은 움직임과 을 수련을 하였고 저는 병을 이겨내서 그 생존이라는 것이 어떤 건지, 그다음에 강한 인간의 의식이 삶을 어떻게 바꿀 수 있는지 그때 깨달았어요. 그래서 그 이후로 생존과 인간의 의식이라는 것을 연구하기 시작했고, 그 다음에 제 철학과 움직임을 합해서 WCS라는 방법을 고안하게 된 겁니다.
So he first started this journey in 1998, 1989. He got diagnosed with a tumor, kind of really near his brain, like the bridge of his nose, and the doctors told him that he only had 3 months to live.
At 10 years old.
At 10 years old. So they were, and the medical technology wasn't that great in South Korea back then. So they all thought he was die in 3 months. But what happened was that his grandfather was a police officer, and he trained extensively in martial arts, meditation.
His grandfather did.
His grandfather did. And he recommended that if you have the will to survive and train these myths, I think you might be able to beat it. And that's exactly what happened. He was able to beat the illness, and from then on, he kind of had an epiphany, you know, the will to survive is greater than anything. And he started seeing as a way of life and combining, you know, movement philosophy that he's been learning, and basically creating warfare combat systems. Yet his business pretty much in present day.
And that would be his art, right? Is that a form of art, the WCS system?
So, yeah, it's a form of art, philosophy, mental training, everything that's been combined.
Combined together.
Over,
Okay. WCS.
Yes.
And your grandfather, what form of art did he practice? What was he practicing?
일단 전통적으로 그 경찰과 군인에서 사용할 수 있는 실전 우수요. 그 다음에 정신적으로 어떻게 수련할 수 있는 멘탈 트레이닝을 아주 어렸을 때부터 받았었던 분이었습니다. 군인들한테.
So his grandfather had various masters comes to training the mind, like meditations and stuff. But you know, he was a police officer, so the martial arts part was very practical combat
Okay, got
situation.
it. So it wasn't a high level practitioner. He wasn't. He just practiced a little bit with some basic martial arts.